When the sirens stopped and the cameras turned away, what remained was silence. Not the kind that heals, but the kind that echoes. Lincoln University's homecoming field is clean now. The lights work again. The grass has grown over the stains. But for those who were there, silence became their new language. In dorm rooms, in classrooms, in the cafeteria, students whispered questions that had no answers. Professors tried to teach, but their words hung hollow in the air. Parents called just to hear their children's voices and prayed the sound didn't fade to static. The nation moved on. The hashtags cooled. The think pieces ended. But grief, like smoke, doesn't leave just because the fire went out. They say time heals, but what if time is the wound? The shooter's name is still whispered online, not with hate, but with confusion. How did a boy who once wanted to belong end up making the world bleed instead? And how did a community, once proud, become afraid of its own shadows? The internet has a way of remembering what we want to forget. Threads still analyze his last posts, his playlists, his search history. The same people who cursed him now dissect him. Every like, every comment, turned into evidence of what we should have seen coming. But here's the thing. We did see it coming. We just didn't look close enough. We saw it in the hallway stares, the broken jokes, the sudden absences, in the tweets that sounded like poetry but read like cries for help. We saw it in the way everyone laughed at pain disguised as memes. And yet, no one said anything, because that's how silence survives. In the following weeks, Lincoln University hired new counselors, installed more cameras, held vigils, each one quieter than the last. Students walked past the place where the chaos happened like ghosts, pretending not to know they read dead. Some students transferred and relocated. Some dropped out. Some stayed, determined to reclaim their school from tragedy. But the question lingered. How do you rebuild when the foundation itself is cracked? Parents of the victims met once, in a church basement. No cameras, no reporters, just chairs, coffee, and tears. One mother held up her son's graduation photo. Another whispered, "I still can't believe it was his friend." Forgiveness floated in the air, heavy and uncertain, like a word spoken in a language they no longer understood. In tragedies like this, forgiveness doesn't mean peace. It just means you're tired of carrying the fire. Online, the debate kept raging about guns, mental health, race, masculinity, and poverty. Every opinion sharpened like a weapon. But the people living through it weren't arguing anymore. They were just trying to breathe. That's the part the headlines never show, the slow, invisible healing that happens after the trending ends. The quiet return to living, one trembling heartbeat at a time. Months later, a student journalist, one of the survivors, posted an essay titled "The Silence That Follows." It wasn't about blame. It was about reflection. She wrote, "We were so connected online, but so disconnected in real life. We mistook attention for love and isolation for strength. We never asked why he was angry, only what he posted next." Maybe that's the real story here. Not the gun, not the night, but the silence we all contributed to. That essay went viral, not because it shocked people, but because it felt like truth. The tragedy at Lincoln wasn't just about one boy, one gun, one night. It was about a generation caught between noise and neglect. It was about systems that teach success, but not empathy. And it was about us, the watchers, the commenters, the storytellers, who mistake tragedy for content. In the end, silence didn't follow the gunfire. It preceded it. Every ignored message, every unseen cry, every student walking past someone breaking inside. That's the real aftermath. Not what happens after the shot, but everything we didn't do before it. Maybe the silence that follows isn't punishment. It's a warning that unless we learn to listen again, the next echo will sound all too familiar, because every shadow comes from something real